make a motion that we amend the agenda to remove section 5, public participation. That parent has notified us that they will not be coming. We need a second on amending the agenda.
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Andrews. All those in favor? 5-0. Now I'll hear a motion to approve the agenda.
Make a motion that we approve the agenda as amended.
Motion by Ms. Lewis, second by Mr. Long. All those in favor? 5-0. First up is a spotlight on student achievement with Dr. Lemieux. Got some distinguished awards to give out.
Yes, that'd be okay. I'll try to project my voice. I want to thank the board and Dr. Perry for allowing me this opportunity. Last time I was here, we were recognizing outstanding achievement in the fine arts with our band program, and I promised you we would have outstanding achievement in academics. And today we got some tremendous recognition. So let me go ahead. I'm going to start with salutatorian, and I've got a young lady that we're going to actually recognize a couple of times, but I think most of you know the salutatorian is the senior who is number 2 overall in their class ranking. And so at this time, I'd like to bring up Jenny Morris. Jenny Morris, if you're here, come on up here, Jenny. Let me give her a round of applause. Thank you, I need that. Yeah, oh, okay, I'm sorry, sir, I hope you feel better.
I feel much better than I did, but I won't.
Next up is our valedictorian. Of course, valedictorian is the #1 student for the senior class 2016, and outstanding young lady, has got a bright career in front of her. I think she's already been accepted to Georgia Tech and Vanderbilt, is that correct? And so she's got a tough decision to make there. So if you could help me recognize Ms. Hannah Calpatrick as our valedictorian. So we have a valedictorian, salutatorian. Both of them will be giving commencement speeches at our graduation. Of course, we want to invite all of you to our graduation ceremony, and I think May 28th. It'll be at 9 o'clock at the the football field. We're looking forward to that. We also have the star student, and I'm going to hold off on the star student just a second. I'm going to do the star student finalists. And star student finalists, these are our students that had outstanding achievement on the SAT, along with their GPA, grade point average, and there's some other requirements, but those are the 2 big requirements, is their grade point average and their SAT scores. These are top flyers, and they're all going to some great schools. So I'll start off right off the bat. I believe this young lady is going to the University of Georgia, and that's Miss Ann Brown Goldstein. Ann, are you here? Yeah. Another outstanding young lady, and I'd like to recognize another star student finalist, and that's Sadie Cornett. Is Sadie here today? I'm not sure she's here today. Okay. If you'll see Sadie, please tell her congratulations. This gentleman's already been accepted to Georgia Tech and some other schools, but is Christopher Dinsmore here today? Christopher? Christopher's one of our golfers. He may be practicing. This gentleman's been accepted to Purdue University, also to some other schools. I can't recall off the top of my head. I just remember Purdue, and he's a soccer player. Is Chris DePuma here today? Chris? No, not Chris. Gentleman, I've known this gentleman for a long time, and watching his career, he's going to be a great mathematician and engineer. I know he's been accepted to Kennesaw State University. Logan Fountain, is Logan here today? Another golfer, yeah. They've got, both these groups have regions they're trying to get ready for. Young lady, outstanding young lady, star student finalist, Kayla Lowe. Is Kayla here today? Thank you, Kayla. Thank you, Ms. Lowe. This gentleman was accepted to University of Georgia early in the year. I believe he's going to be going to West Georgia. I think his dad went there. Is Austin Massey here today? Austin? No? And this young lady I know has been accepted to University of Georgia, and she plans to go to University of Georgia, and that's Jenny Morris. Jenny, come on back up here. She's one of our star students. And one of our last star student finalists, I believe he's been accepted to Georgia Tech. I think his mom told me that, and that's Andreas Torres. Is Andreas here today? Yeah, Andreas, there you go. Am I correct? Georgia Tech? Is I correct about Georgia Tech?
It's still on the wait list.
Still?
Been accepted to someone.
Excellent, very good job. Thank you, sir. I think Dad, MIT or no, Harvard, right? Last but not least, the star student, and we've already recognized her as our valedictorian, but our star student for Pickens High School 2015-2016, Ms. Hannah Kilpatrick.
We'll get them all back up here and then get pictures.
There you go. Peggy, where are you? It's all right.
See you later.
Good job.
I'm sorry.
We're going to go ahead and recognize our National Beta Club sponsor. We have a young lady that is going to receive $1,000 at the scholarship night, senior night, a little bit later on. The National Beta Club sent this for me to read at this function. The National Beta Club, headquartered in South Carolina, recognizes outstanding young people in 44 states, District of Columbia, Guam, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, Japan, Germany, and Russia. The National Beta encourages its members to continue education beyond high school. They do this through their National Scholarship Program. Today, we are honored to have a student who is one of this year's 256 National Beta Scholarship recipients. Beta Club members are not only high academic achievers, they are also leaders and service-minded individuals. While grades, SAT, ACT scores, and class rank help determine Beta scholars, it's the leadership and the service activities as Betas that draw the winners to the top. With over 450,000 members, one of our own was selected as one of the top 256 Betas in the country. This student exemplifies the Beta ideals in academic achievement, leadership, character, and service. This student is clearly an outstanding member of the class of 2016. And before I announce this person's name, I do want to recognize our Beta Club sponsor. We have two. This gentleman right here behind me, Mr. Michael Wu, who's our band director. Mr. Wu wanted me also to state that this is 2 years in a row that we've had a national Beta. If y'all remember, Andrew Haygood, who's at Vanderbilt right now, was a national Beta scholar. So without further ado, let me give this, I got two certificates here, one from the Beta Club, one from the school, to Miss Jenny Morris. You want to, can you go join us?
I got to stand for a picture too. Good job. I know you did everything I did. Good. Next up, Green with Young Authors.
Good evening, everyone. I am pleased to announce the district winners of the Young Authors Competition. This is a competition that is run by the Georgia Council of Teachers of English and the Georgia Department of Education as well. Each school submits winners from their school, and then grade level winners are submitted for the district. And I'm happy to say we've always had in Pickens County a set of Young Authors winners. But we've never had, in my knowledge, a winner for every grade level to submit for the state competition. So we have that this year, and I'm quite excited to announce the names. So I have, and I may need some help from principals as we go along, but I have some certificates for you. But in kindergarten, our kindergarten winner for the district is Allison Wilson from Harmony Elementary School with a story about the little bird who got lost. Our first grade winner, that,
Just one second.
I'm sorry.
I gotta find out how the little bird got lost.
Oh,
Oh, I'd love to read the story. Just a baby. Shake hands. There you go. Good job. She's precious, and if you'll stay with us right here.
Right here, baby. Come right
If you'll
here.
stay with us. Right over here by me, that'd be great.
okay. Our first grade winner is Thatcher P. Boyd, also of Harmony Elementary School, with his story, My Basketball Game.
Come stand with us over here.
Second grade winner, Wiley Falk from Jasper Elementary School with Mystery of the Monster Rabbits. Get her to tell you about the monster rabbits. It's funny.
Oh, I like that. Awesome story. We'll come back and stand with us.
Our third grade winner, Isabella Jones from Tate Elementary School, What It Is Like with a Parent with Cancer.
Yay, awesome.
Fourth grade winner, Avery Harlow, Tate Elementary School, In Tom's Memory.
I think it's a good story. Congratulations.
Our fifth grade winner, Brandon Bell, Hill City Elementary School, The Nightmare of My Life, The Great Depression. Our 6th grade winner, Sarah Silva from Pickens County Middle School, The Hidden Angel. Our 7th grade winner, Ellie Halco from Jasper Middle, The Castle Walls. Are you going to give her her thing? And according to Mr. Purdy, in 2nd grade, she won first place? First place for the entire recess. So we've got a writer that's got a history here. Our 8th grade winner, Stephanie Breskus, Jasper Middle School, Young Nostalgia. Our 9th grade winner, Luke Flancer, Pickens High School, on Restitution, a Memoir.
Could you help me with my newspaper?
Our 10th grade winner, Claire Siebold from Pickens High School, Background Noise. '11th grade, Matthew Upton, Pickens High School, The Unnamed Story. '12th grade, Chloe Zarowitz, Pickens High School, Keel Hall. And yes, please, if you will. These are our Young Authors winners. Congratulations. Y'all did a great job. I love reading every story as well as everybody else who's had a chance to.
I need to have a picture.
You guys stay in the picture. You got a picture.
I hear your smile.
You just stay there for one picture. Okay. I'm gonna get That's why large. That's so cool.
Mary, y'all want to get pictures of
Yeah, maybe. Oh, yeah. By themselves.
we'll wait a few minutes. Y'all
The revenues are at 78.29%, and expenditures are at 59.40%. So that was the first time year. The SPOSS 4 update for March, the revenue collected was $338,760.33. Interest earned was $805.42, and the ending balance overall for that is $4,088,813.44.
I don't think they hear you very well. You might pull it a little closer.
Y'all not hear me? Okay, the March revenue collected was $338,760.33. Interest earned was $805.42, and the ending balance, $4,088,813.44. On the SPOSS 4, the next report, the revenue collection, the 12-month average is $344,546.86. So it's kind of holding in there.
Okay. Next is Ms. Cantrell with our attendance update.
Our photographer for the evening.
And the photographer. I'm trying to multitask. Okay, thank you. All right, I'll ask Martha if she'll pull up the dropout report first. We have 15 dropouts, one to report this past month, 10th grade male student. Of course, as always, we continue to work trying to reach out to these students to make sure that we offer them extended educational opportunities. So we're hoping that we can still, decrease that number before the end of this school year. So just to let you know that is a process that we continue to work on throughout the school year.
10th grade.
10th grade.
How do we reach out? What are some of the initiatives that we use to reach out?
Well, each student has to go through what's called an exit interview before they leave. And in that interview, we actually meet with the parent and the student. And we talk about why they wish to leave, what goals, what they're looking at as far as their future goals. Are they looking to pursue their GED? Are they looking to, looking into the mountain education? We give them different options. We have everything there, basically packets of information so that we can give them and they can leave with the tools in their hand to know what is offered here in Pickens County. Most of the time, we're looking at the students who's very rarely, but most of them know they're going to pursue the GED or mountain education. We have a few that are still kind of not sure. And some of these are due to some hardship cases where the student actually is having the principal to help financially support.
I met with the Chamber Education Committee today, and they're very interested in anything that they can do as a chamber, as businesses in our community to help our students. So, if you should think of something that they can help us with, they really are eager to do whatever they can to help out. Aren't they, Ms. Martin?
That's great to know. Also with Dr. Lemieux and his group, we have the Grad Focus and the Grad First program. So those are where we identify some of those students and try to eliminate this from happening before they ever reach this list.
And Mountain Ed, I know I've heard many times that there are visits that they make to the homes, the mentoring program that they have there too to help support these students and try and get them back on track.
Absolutely.
So that's wonderful. I'm glad we have that here.
Any questions before we move on? Okay, if we'll look at the attendance report. Dr. Wiles, would you like to bring the banner forward? And present it to Sandy Lehman at Tate Elementary School. He's saying attendance is rigged. He's just a sore loser. Tate Elementary, 96.16%. So great job to Sandy Lehman and her staff. Please congratulate them and make a huge announcement and hang that banner high.
We make sure all the parents can see it with who's outside.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful.
Good job.
Tate Elementary, how about that?
All right, now if we can move to the certified staff attendance. Drum roll. Congratulations to Shane Purdy, Jasper Middle School, 98%.
I do hate to report to the board that I saw your picture on a wanted poster.
Yeah.
And I know who put me on there, so I know who's gonna bail me out.
No, we're leaving him in jail. We've been discussing our plot, our strategy. Yes, you have
That
to
may
stand.
have to be recorded to the PSC. I'm just saying.
Good job.
Yeah,
There you go.
put him between Dr. Perry and Mike, and then we'll have his,
And when are you?
your certificate's upside down.
You look.
I did, and I will.
And when are you having to go to jail, Mr. Purdy?
I don't know. I'm gonna be sick that day.
I was in the same jail last year.
Yeah, I was,
You eat really well.
well, that's good. That's good.
How long did you stay there, Mr. Calvert?
A while.
Do you raise money?
Yeah. Yeah, raised a lot of money. Because we raised a lot last
Have to
year.
give up your cell phone.
Yeah. I'll leave it at the house.
I do have a picture of that wanted poster, should anybody want to see it.
Thank you. I know who has my back. I appreciate it.
Patrick Shea just will not allow me to send it out over the internet. I can't do that.
All right, again, congratulations to Jasper Middle School. Any questions from the board? Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Mr. Gillen with our operations update.
Dr. Perry did such a good job, I'll defer to her on mine too. Now, maintenance is, we're busy, we're going full steam now that spring's hit, and we're trying to fight the mosquitoes and bugs, and it's attacking all our schools now, it's crazy, they've come out. Ants, but we're working on that. Transportation, we did have a bus accident this month. We actually had two. And one just recently happened at the high school. A student hit a bus in the back, nothing, no problems, nobody was really hurt or anything. It was more of a scare than anything. But we had one in the morning a couple of weeks ago, and we were meeting a bus on a small road, and a car that was pulling a trailer. And the trailer was a side load trailer, and the ramp came out and punctured the front tire on the bus. But it was low enough, it didn't hit anything but the tire, and it just went right under the bus and on down through there and didn't hit anything else. So there was nobody hurt. We did have 28 students on the bus, and they all came out good.
That
A
was
little late for
amazing
school.
how that happened. I had to see a picture of it to
Yeah.
believe it.
It was crazy. You would have thought it would have scraped the whole side of the bus and busted the wheel and everything else, but it was about that high off the ground, it just punctured the tire. Best thing that could have happened is if that was gonna happen. Our online training's up and running for the drivers and the monitors, and it should be completed by April 15th. Our school bus evacuation drills are probably already completed, but we did start those last week. Everybody jumped on and did them pretty quickly. They'll be testing, and they all are done before the Georgia milestone testing, which is, we always try to get that done so we're not interfering with any testing. Sherry has completed the yearly skills assessment for all drivers. She has also completed the state data collections for the superintendent's report. It's ready to be signed off on. Amy knows about that. We will have the school bus passing survey for the state completed by April 20th. And we're continuing to work for the bus radio on April 30th. We still need people to come and judge if you can. Newspaper, please, come. news people. It's a big event, but it's important for these drivers, and they do go on to state competition, the winners do. You can come and judge if you don't want to take pictures. We need 10 to 15 people doing that, and right now it's conflicting with a fundraiser that the sheriff's department's having for one of their own, and we sure don't want to take them away from doing something for one of their good people. So we're missing some people that's going to be, that could be judges that we need you. So if you can show up, please show up. We have a lot of people that have signed up, but for a few short. The school bus inspectors from the DOT will be here the week of the 25th. It's a major ordeal, but we plan to come out smelling like a rose. We're usually in the top 6 or 7 in the state every year, and Tracy's shooting to be 1 or 2 this year. He's really working hard. He wants to make a showing this year. So we've done a lot of work on these buses in the last month and a half. Things are going good there. Arrest at the high school, we had 1 battery, front seat 22 citations, 10 juvenile complaints, 4 subpoenas. The 3 accidents actually at the high school, 2 at Dragon Drive. Keep having rear enders down there, so that's nothing. Nobody's getting hurt, thank God. Well, that one in the roundabout was a little tougher one. It was a little meaner accident. K-9 searches, 182 vehicles, 24 classrooms at the high school, 300 lockers at Jasper Middle School. School nutrition, the week of May the 2nd through the 6th is School Lunch Hero, is a School Nutrition Employee Week. On the 6th will be School Lunch Hero Day. So Beth's got some things going to be going on to recognize some of our school nutrition staff, and we stop by and eat lunch that one day and thank them, and you're always welcome, and they'd appreciate it. They'd love to see you there. The rodeo, though, I really do want to push. If we can get out there and support this, I'd appreciate it. It's on the Saturday, and it's in the morning. We're going to serve breakfast. We're actually going to have biscuits and things for everybody, so, and we'll try to be done by lunchtime or so. We won't keep you all day.
It does mean a lot to them for people to
They
attend.
enjoy it, and they're proud when they win. They
It's
really are.
amazing what they do. I couldn't do it.
Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Stacy, one more thing. When is the auction with?
Oh, yeah, we surplus the buses and some kitchen equipment recently, and I have got an auction set up with Dobson Auction Group. We've used them before. Bill's gonna look at the contract, it's the same contract we've always used. It will be May the 25th off the old fairgrounds down in Cherokee, or Canton area. And they're coming tomorrow to take pictures of everything, start advertising it. And we hope to, recoup some of the money on some of this old surplus stuff. We usually do. He does a good job with buses from what I've seen.
Is there a way that we could advertise it on our website, the things that are?
I'm sure he can
Can
send
some
us
of the
his,
pictures
he can
be-
send us his advertisement.
Okay.
We can have back, stick it on.
From time to time, we have people asking, so I think it'd be nice to advertise it better. Thank
There's
you.
some old stainless, old kit stuff we took out of Tate and Jasper when they remodeled years ago. And it's some good tables and stuff that people may want, and then there's some kitchen equipment that is so obsolete, but people will buy. They'll
Some
buy.
of those stainless tables, we may have churches who
Yeah,
may
yeah,
be interested.
they're welcome to bid on it.
Well, as you all know, we are in our 2nd year of having implemented pre-K classrooms in our school district. And I just can't tell you how successful it has been. Our first year, we had 2 classes, and they let us have another one last year, and all 3 classes are at Hill City Elementary. But we want to let you know that we are, once again, going to apply for at least 1 class at each of the other elementary schools. We are discovering that more and more people need transportation, and we feel like if we can get classes at Tate and Harmony, and I think especially Jasper Elementary because it's centrally located, that we can provide transportation for more students that could be able to come. We do have some that would be in the program now, but parents just can't transport them. And so we just want to let you know that we're in the process of doing that application now. It's due the 22nd. It's a fairly easy process. You do it all online. except for you have to take pictures of the classrooms and playgrounds and send in. So I'm very hopeful. I have a program manager that I talk with often, and she doesn't really tell me anything concrete, but she kind of gives me ideas about what might happen. So, and of course, you know, it's lottery funded. It cost us nothing. And I would also like to say that all of our, even though this is not a pre-K requirement, all of our teachers and the assistants in those classrooms have early childhood certification. So every one of them do. And so that's great for those kids. And I can tell you, and Joita can tell you, and some of the other principals, that the kindergarten teachers fight to get those kids that came out of those pre-K classes because they're so well prepared for kindergarten.
When do you expect to hear from the state?
They won't let us know anything until their fiscal year changes July 1. We usually hear, Dr. Perry, we usually hear around the 2nd or 3rd. They'll send us an email.
It's late, you know.
That's the hard
timing-
part, getting
Yeah.
the school ready.
The timing really makes no sense, you know.
Has to do with budget, their budget.
And, you know, the pre-K program, the teachers, the staff, they operate on a separate budget,
Yes.
separate
Right.
salary schedule. So I am hearing that hopefully pre-K is going to increase that some.
Yeah, that is the
For
plan, to
those-
increase
for
their
those
salaries
teachers.
and the assistants' salaries.
Mhm.
But that won't be until budget time. But like I said, it's lottery funded, and they seem to have a lot for that program.
You
And I'm
know,
glad.
Yeah.
we started out 2 years ago and not having any
Any.
children, and we now serve 66, which is just a blessing, you know, to have, to be able to offer service to those children. And we still do not have the number of classes that a lot of districts have in Georgia in terms of serving 4-year-olds. And so I think being able to get a class at each school
That'd
and
be
to offer
great.
transportation, we will be able to provide a valuable service to our children. So,
And Bright from the start decides the need based on census. That's pretty much how they, when we first began the process, we were in what was called a Category 1, which meant we didn't serve hardly any of our 4-year-olds. But since we've started, we're now in Category 2, which means that we serve 50 to 60% of our 4-year-olds in our county. We were in Category 2 last year, and they gave us another class, and we're in Category 2 again this year. If we ever get to Category 3, they probably, like where Dr. Perry was from, Jeff Davis County, you know, all their children are being served. So they're in Category 3, so they probably, most likely, would never get any more funds. But the people that aren't serving their children get the funds.
it'd be interesting to know the number of pre-K classes and students in our surrounding county or counties, or the RISA, you know, North Georgia RISA district. How many do they have? I think we're still behind, and we need to. I can't
Well,
wait till we can have it at least.
I know,
once every school.
what county is Blairsville in Union?
Yeah.
They started the same time we did, getting there, and I don't think they have as many as we do yet. Of course, they may be smaller, but they started the same time we did. They didn't have any in their schools either.
Are there still 3 others in the county, 3 other preschools? Funded?
Yes. Unfortunately, Head Start had 2 classes, and they're down to 1 that's not at capacity. And, you know, they could really serve more 3-year-old children if they didn't have 4-year-olds. So, you know, that might be something that they're thinking about looking at. I can't say that for sure, but it would open up the room for more 3-year-olds to go there and the 4-year-olds to go into the public school. But there are 2 classes that, I'm looking at Byron, Country Kids and Harmony Academy. My feeling is Harmony Elementary would be the last place to get one because it's across the street.
Right.
So, and they're pretty successful.
As long as the children are served.
As long as the
As long
children are
so.
served. Mhm. So,
Special education update. Goodman.
It's my pleasure to be with you tonight. I was really excited when Dr. Perry said that you would like a kind of an overview of where special education is right now. We're in a really good place. This is our dragon's tail, and I will tell you that I'm a data-driven person, so everybody thinks it's really funny as I start talking data. But I have worked with my staff to analyze data. And we look at the ABCs, attendance, behavior, and course completion, which includes grades, and are the kids earning their credits in order to graduate on time? Because we all know that the longer they stay in high school, the more likely they are to drop out. Even though we do have 5 years for special education students that are on track for the Gen Ed diploma to graduate, we know that once they turn 18, it's very difficult to keep them in school. So we are looking at each individual child, one by one, and we found that our attendance for special ed is very good. So attendance is not an issue. We then looked at our behavior. Behavior's not an issue. We got 2 out of the 3. Then we looked at course completion, and that's where we're having some difficulty at the higher grade levels, and especially in math. You know, that's one of our difficult areas. So we're really concentrated on math this year. We also put some things together. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit about pre-K because it was just spoken about. We are asking to have one of the pre-K classes at Hill City become an inclusion class for students with disabilities. So we will provide a special education teacher and a special ed parapro in that classroom because we already have a special ed classroom for pre-K at Harmony. So this way we would have one on the east side and one on the west side. So we would hope that as those programs grow, then we could actually grow our program as well. So we're really excited about that opportunity. Okay.
Is there a limit on the, I'm sure there is a limit on the number of students? What is that total?
Well, right now there's 22 in a classroom, and if you have an inclusion classroom, they take it down to 20, but you're funded at 22. So you would have 6 students with disabilities that would be placed per their IEP, and then you would have 14 non-disabled children. So that's a great ratio. And then you have a teacher, a parapro, a special education teacher, and then when the special education teacher leaves, they usually stay for half of the day, and then the other half they would serve the other children at Hill City. That would be more of a pull-out situation, which they could pull in some kindergartners as well. So that helps Hill City out a little bit with their big kindergarten population that they have coming in. The good thing is we're identifying more students now because of the pre-K program that have disabilities, so we can serve them faster. And so the idea is to get them into a developmentally appropriate situation. So we're hoping to see some really good gains with our preschool students being in those classrooms because they need to be with their non-disabled peers. So we're really excited about the opportunity. And Hill City has been very, very cooperative, and we've talked about it and what it would look like, and it's really exciting. It's a great time. And I know that, you know, I came from Clark County, and we had 36 pre-K classrooms in Clark County. So it was a lot of pre-K kids, but it's a much bigger district. But it does work. The inclusion part works fabulously. So we're really excited about that. So we looked at our course completion, and like I said, is that through the Grad First program, we kind of piggyback on that. And so we looked at where are our kids and why are they not performing. So let's go to the next slide. Okay, so we looked at how many students do we have in special education, and this was as of the October count, and we had 622 kids with disabilities. Now, some of these children are served in more than one category, but we took their primary area of disability. If you look, we have 49 students with autism, we have 22 with a mild intellectual disability, 14 that have a moderate intellectual disability, and then we have significant developmental delay. And those are our children that are preschool up until about grade 3. And then we have speech and language, which we know what those are. Specific learning disabilities, 221, EBD, 85. And then, and we had 100 with other health impairments. So if you look at our numbers, I will tell you, compared to Cherokee County, our other health impairment kiddos, we're right in line where we should be. Most of our students in Pickens County have average to above average intelligence. So they have every opportunity to graduate with a Gen Ed diploma and go to post-secondary or work. They are work ready. And so we're really excited. We do not have many children that have behavior issues. You can see that most of our kids are, just your average kids. If you don't see anything, it doesn't mean we don't have any children that are blind, or we don't have any children that are deaf, but we have fewer than 15. So if you have fewer than 15, small county, you could pretty much identify them if I put it up there. So we just didn't put, but we do have kids that are blind, and we have some kids that are hard of hearing, and some orthopedic, and of course we have some visual impairment students as well. So where are our kids educated? So we have about 57% of them are in the gen ed classrooms for most of the day. And those are in co-taught classes. So you have a special education teacher and a general ed teacher in those classes. So that is very good because they have exposure to the general ed curriculum, because these are our kiddos that have post-secondary opportunities. Then 79 to 40%, we have 31.7. We'd like to move those kiddos back up into the 80% or more. That's our goal, because we need to have more kids in that general ed curriculum and less pulled out. So that's our goal, is to increase the 80% or more. I think we will see that this year going on, because we have really pushed, and our scheduling looks really good, so that we'll be pushing into those classrooms. Okay, so what do we do on the 2015 Georgia milestones? I am very excited, elementary principals. We met or exceeded the state target in math, science, and social studies. That's fabulous, folks. For kids with disabilities that they don't even qualify until they're 2 grade levels below. So that says a lot for our kiddos, that we met the state target. And we only missed ELA by 0.9%. It just doesn't seem fair. In middle school, we missed the targets on all 8 subject areas by 3 to 5%. So that is not something that we can't overcome. We can overcome that. But middle school, that's something that we really need to work on. What about high school? We met our state targets for our graduation rate. Our kiddos do not drop out of school. That is fabulous. We have almost 77% of our kiddos stay in school, and the state dropout rate's over 50%. So we do not have that. We try to do whatever we can do to keep them in school. We also met our performance targets in algebra, geometry, biology, and physical science. That's awesome. Thank you. So what are we doing? So professional learning is the key. We can't change the kids that we have. We can change our teachers and what they know. We have great teachers. We have more teachers with advanced degrees than I've seen in most school districts. We have teachers with doctorate degrees. I mean, that is fabulous. So what are we doing? The Striving Readers has helped a lot with the content area literacy, and looking at the framework for literacy has been very helpful. All elementary teachers are trained in Orton-Gillingham for special education. You won't see another county that has that. Cherokee County can't afford to do that. But because we are smaller, but every elementary teacher has the multisensory training for literacy. We also use iReady Diagnostic and Instruction. It's an online program that actually diagnoses where the children are according to state standards, and then prescribes a learning path. It's personalized learning for that child. When they go on the system, there's lessons that they do. If they miss the target twice, it puts a red flag up for the teacher, so the teacher knows that they need to teach that skill. And so then instruction happens, and then they can release the flag to see if the kids learned what they were, the content. It is fabulous. We are targeting kids. Our kids are making phenomenal growth. So this is our progress monitoring that we have. We benchmark 4 times a year, plus we have progress monitoring every month. So we know where our kids are in reading and math. It's really exciting. We also brought in Math in the Fast Lane, which is a hands-on visualized math. Harmony Elementary started with it. Go Linda. And then all of the elementary schools are working on it. We're training middle schools and high schools this in June 1st. So we'll have all, and that's not just special ed. This is gen ed and special ed together to do hands-on standards-based math. It is fabulous. The kids love it. And so do the teachers, because it makes learning fun. For some reason, we thought when we got standards, learning didn't have to be fun. It needs to be fun. It's exciting.
Striving readers, again, the reading and the writing and content areas is very, very important. We're also doing the iReady and math. We're looking at the least restrictive environment, and we have some professional learning going on with the Marcus Center for social emotional learning. And so we are learning how to support our kids with visual supports, visual schedules, having them become more independent. It is a fabulous program. Very, very helpful. And also we are working with Dr. Robert Montgomery. He's out of Woodstock, and he's an expert in autism, but he's also an expert in behavior. So he has been helping us and consulting with us to try to work with our kiddos, because many of our families don't have access to a certified autism specialist. And so we actually provide that service to our parents. And this is funded through 6B, so that our kiddos and our parents have those services. And it's been fabulous. We've had nothing but rave reviews for that. I do co-teaching walkthroughs, and I provide some, instruction about what else could you do. I will say again, Striving Readers has been phenomenal for differentiation of instruction. And that's when we're seeing that we're doing the small groups, and the special education teachers are taking small groups while the gen ed teacher has small groups. So kids are getting more. All kids get more. They get more of the teacher's time. It's very exciting. And so we do have a focus group on transition. And transition for special education is we look at where the child is going for post-secondary. And so you kind of think, wow, it's hard to think about that, but we have to think about it starting with age 16. So we work with vocational rehabilitation, and they are really helping us look at job sites and coaching for our students with disabilities so that they can be successful. And it's very exciting that we are also looking at trying to provide opportunities with maintenance and operations this summer. We're going to have 2 students that will be selected through an interview process to work with maintenance and operations with a job coach, and they will get paid. And so this will give them the opportunity to fill out an application. They will interview with Stacy and me and somebody from the high school. And so this is giving them real life opportunities. We're also trying to do some things with the high school CTAE classes. We want to do actually a small business. We're working with a CTAE class and saying, we want a kiosk. And so we're going to have the gen ed kids come and listen to what we want and have them, as a team, design kiosks for us. And then we will select a kiosk, and special ed will pay for the building materials. So the gen ed students will build us our kiosk, and we'll give them a plaque that'll have their names on it that was designed by them. And then our kiddos with disabilities will be able to sell things through a school store. They'll be making things. So we'll have all sorts of how to do QuickBooks, how to do all of these small business type activities. This is project-based learning at its best. We're really excited about that. We do data teams. We do that at least every other month, that we look at our data for iReady. We look at Georgia milestones. I do help out the teachers, and I take the data that now that I have CRPI access, I took all of that, I just aggregated it, I put it in data folders. We use Google Docs. They have a data folder for every school. They use that for their TEKs because they are providing leadership and looking at data and helping move our kiddos from where they are to being on or above grade level. And it's very exciting. They really like it. They looked at me like I was from Mars at first, but now they really like it. We do system improvement. I work with that team as well. I try to provide as many resources as I can for everyone. I use Google Docs pretty extensively, so I know behavior is probably the thing that most people are not prepared to teach. When kids misbehave, we punish, but we don't give them a replacement behavior. And so in order for kids to change their behavior, we have to teach a replacement behavior. And people aren't used to that. It's just you get one class if you're lucky, or maybe an hour of behavior management when you go to school, and that's about all you get. Even special ed doesn't give you a whole lot. So I do have an RTI folder for behavior, just so that principals and gen ed folks can get some ideas of what they can do to teach replacement behaviors. It's just something that nobody's thought about doing. And then, that is part of the PBIS, is to look at behaviors and what can we do that's positive. Do you have any questions? I will say that we did buy 225 Chromebooks for special education. They are using those, some of them are one-on-ones. We are teaching some of our students that have organizational issues to use Chromebooks so that they keep a calendar when their assignments are due. We're trying to get kids to use the technology. They don't even know how to use the calendar on their phone. They use it to text and do other things, but they don't use the good parts of it. And so we're trying to teach them how to use the devices that they have so that they can be proficient. But I will say that we had a great number of paraprofessionals that came to the training. They want to learn how to use the Chromebooks. They want to support teachers. And so we'll be looking at using Google Classroom so that we can get our kids ready for the world of work. And we're really, and actually going to college, because most everything now is done online. All your documents are submitted online, so we're really excited. What is the next one? I think I just talked about. That's it.
It was a great update, thank you.
Any
so
questions?
much.
It's busy time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is action items. We have approval of the minutes from 3/17 and 3/10 board meetings. I'll hear a motion to approve those minutes of both meetings.
I make a motion we approve the minutes of both meetings.
Second.
I have a motion and a second by Mr. Bell. All those in favor? 5-0. Next is a surplus from Hill City and PCMS.
Motion, we approve the surplus from Hill City and PCMS.
Motion is made by Mr. Long to approve the surplus,
Second.
second by Mr. Bell. All those in favor? 5-0. I'll make a motion that we go to executive session to discuss or deliberate upon the appointment, employment, compensation, hiring, or disciplinary action or dismissal, or periodic evaluation or rating of a public officer or employee, or to interview applicants for the position of superintendent, and to consult and meet with legal counsel pertaining to pending or potential litigation, settlement, claims, administrative proceedings, or other judicial actions brought or to be brought by or against the school district or an officer or employee, or in which the officer or employee may be directly involved. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? 5-0.